Hi. The most important thing, if you want to read my PDF ebook about the best men's tennis players of the past 50 years, simply contact me via Facebook, Twitter, or write me an email. You can check my address below this video. It's a special moment for me because 3 anniversaries are intertwined. I have recently turned 40. I've been following tennis very carefully for the past 30 years, and it's been 10 years since I wrote my first ebook and launched my website about the history of men's tennis, voodemar.com. If you wonder about my headband, it's not accidental. I wanted to look a little bit like Björn Borg, one of the greatest players of all time, and of course also one of the heroes of my book. Sometimes people tell me that I look like him when I wear headbands of this kind. Okay, so the title of the book is From Phil Dent to Jannik Sinner, and the subtitle, The Best Male Singles Tennis Players of the Open Era in Subjectively Objective View. A few words about the title and the subtitle. The book is divided into 5 chapters, born in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. I have made 2 exemptions, introducing players born in the 21st century, Felix Auger-Aliassime and Jannik Sinner. If you've been following tennis in the past 2 years, you shouldn't be surprised that I have chosen them. And I have written 340 short biographies in total, but there are additional 200 surnames included to the book. So for example, if you are reading about someone who was born in the 70s, you can see the surname of a player who was born in the 30s, because they have something in common. You can be sure that the book isn't a copy of either Wikipedia or the ATP website. Of course, there are some similarities, and this is the objective part of the book. There are the most important information about specific players, their best results, but the subjective part is the selection of players. There is no specific criteria, and I was writing about the players in the way I was feeling that I should have written about them. In chapter number 5, I was trying to foresee what may happen this decade. So basically there is a big difference between chapter number 5 and 4 preceding ones. I was writing about the players very honestly, hence some phrases perhaps are a bit harsh, but I believe that no one should be offended. There are 2 versions of the book. The one I want to distribute for free, of 340 players, and the other one of 100 best players. The second version is a hypertext in alphabetical order from Andre Agassi to Alexander Zverev. And when you will be reading it, you have automatic access to hundreds of my statistical pictures. So I will explain you how it works. You are reading, for example, about Agassi. You see that he won Wimbledon in 1992. You click on the link, you are directed to my website. You see a picture of his final against Goran Ivanisevic. You see the most important numbers about the match. Below the picture you can read a description of the final. And you see Agassi's route to the title. So in this specific case, you can click on his quarterfinal against Boris Becker and his semifinal against John McEnroe. I will send you an exemplary letter K. There are included Evgeny Kafelnikov, Pet Korda, Richard Krajicek, Johan Krieg, Aaron Kriegstein or Kriegstein, like Americans pronounce his surname, and Gustavo Kuerten. So when you will be reading the letter K, you can easily imagine how the rest of the second version looks like. I would like to tell you very honestly what I think is the weakest part of the book. It's the language. Of course, it's not a novel, so you are restricted to specific vocabulary. English is not my native language, which is Polish, by the way. And I felt that when I was reading, some words were repeated throughout the book. Of course, I was seeking synonyms, but I felt that I have written this book like a 25-year-old version of myself. And by this I mean that in Polish I could write a book like this when I was 25. Now I am 40, so I believe that I could write the book much better in my native language, but on the other hand, writing in Polish doesn't make sense if you want to reach a wider audience. It must be written in English. But I believe that the text is okay for non-native English speakers, and if you are a native English speaker and you feel that the text gives you an impression of plain English, I would like apologize for that. Okay, so that's all. If you want to read it, please contact me and I will send you the book with pleasure. Bye.